Okay, so truthfully, what's the first thing that you just lasered? Seriously.
103.
What to?
The pin.
This is the thing that probably frustrates me the most about these darn things, is that I have a love-hate relationship with these. Because people go ahead and they laser the flag stick. Like, that's where you're meant to go. So the first thing I want you to do then is actually laser the front left bunker. What do you got to hit it to carry the bunker?
90.
90. What is it to the back of the green where those shadows are?
135.
So if you hit anything from 90 to 130, you're on the putting surface, right? Now get me the yardage to the flag stick.
103.
So I'll hear people say this, oh, I'm stuck in between clubs. I'm not sure if it's a 9 or an 8. And I'm like, you've got 120 to the front and you've got 170 to the back. How are you stuck in between clubs? You know, so here you've got 90 to 130. Would you prefer to be 20 feet past it or 20 feet short, depending on where the trouble is? So whenever I hear somebody say, I'm stuck in between clubs, it's because they're looking at a yardage rather than a gap. And the whole thing is you have a dispersion, right? Your flushed one goes 120, your sort of chunked one, like a little bit heavy, goes 95. Okay, that's a club you can use. If not a good one goes 85, you can't use it because there's a bunker in the way. So does that make sense?
Well, I think this is the biggest paradigm shift, is like understanding your dispersion. That oval, if we have a short and a long and a side,
yeah.
And no matter how good you are, you have a dispersion, and so you're not always gonna hit it at the target the same distance every time. It's part of the game, and when you can play that, it's awesome.
Who is it that talks about, you know, we all think we have a rifle.
Yeah,
but we
Scott
also have
Fawcett.
Yeah, Scott Fawcett. We have a shotgun, right?
Yes.
That we splash it out there. So Scott, exactly. We splash out the score. They all come out like this, and we think we've narrowed the focus. But yeah, I just want you to avoid that bunker. If you get in that bunker, you've brought in risk. You're probably going to make a bogey. So what club are you going to go with? You got 103.
I'm going to hit a sand wedge.
Sand wedge.
And even like, I think another freeing stat is like, if we looked at strokes gained data from 103, I think a PGA Tour player's got to be in the like 2.8 or 2.9 range for strokes that you would guess they would take to get down from here, right?
Yeah. So they're getting 0.2 of a stroke, and they're averaging probably about 12 feet from here.
Yeah, you know, all I need to do is hit the green and try to two-putt and make
take
par
the pressure
from
off
100 yards.
and you might stuff one, right?
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Let's talk about the clock system that we worked on in an earlier video. Where was that sort of 930 to the three-quarter swing for you? How far did it go?
So that was 90 into
90.
a little wind.
Okay, so this is 103 crosswind, so it's playing about 97. So now use your feel off of what 90 was,
Yep.
and add a skosh, as they would say, or a tipple.
Is that the technical terms for those?
I'll have a tipple
All right.
on that one.
We can do that. You can do that.
Very nice, just right at the flag. And then what I'll see is, I'm going to throw one down as well. What I'll see is someone getting stuck in between clubs and then taking you got a spare ball on you? Taking the extra club, the shorter club, and trying to rip it. And it's like, look, if you want to hit it close, the goal is not to rip at a pitching wedge or a sand wedge or a gap wedge. Why wouldn't you just shorten it up to say 9 o'clock? And I could easily get a sand wedge here, but I could take a pitching wedge and just be in control of the golf ball, flight it down a little bit. It's a lot easier to hit that shot than it is for me to try and rip out a sand wedge right now. And if anything, I want to take that trouble out of play in the front, right? If I get too steep and too hard on a sand wedge, I could leave it short in that bunker.
So if you're the kind of person that shoots the pin and is 103 and you're grinding over that perfect yardage, this is hopefully giving you some freedom to know that you can't actually hit it 103 when you want to hit it 103 all the time. You have a dispersion pattern. Figure out where that goes and place that appropriately on the green that you're trying to hit to.
Yeah, and if you were 30 feet past the hole on every hole, you had 18 30-foot birdie putts in a round of golf, give that to me any day. And then you can use that clock system to get better at your yardages.
Yep, okay. There it is. That's how to better use your laser.